Aren't you tired of repeating the word again and again and all over again? Again? Well, in today's video, I have provided you with all the alternative ways of saying again without having to repeat the word again. So let's get started without further ado. But before we do so, I kindly want you to like this video in support of this channel. I help you with your English. You help me with the growth of this channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and tell me from which country you're watching this video. I want you to comment the answer down below. Now let's get started. The first alternative way of saying again without repeating this word is once more. Once more, by using the phrase of once more. Once more. An example. She asked them once more to explain the directions just to be sure. She asked them once more to explain the directions just to be sure. She asked them once more to explain the directions just to be sure, which means she asked them to explain the directions again, just to be sure. But instead of repeating the word again, we're using once more. So you can use once more to add color to your speech and avoid repeating the word again. The second alternative way of saying again without having to repeat this word or without having to use this word is by using the phrase of another time, another time, another time. So you can use another time to say that you do something again. When you do something another time, you do something once more, you do something again. An example, let's meet another time. We're both less busy. Let's meet another time. We're both less busy, which means let's meet again. Let's meet once more. We're both less busy, or we're both not as busy as we used to be. So let's meet another time. Let's meet once again, once more, right? So we can use another time instead of repeating the word again. Now let's focus on how we can say again without using this word, without having to repeat this word, which is by using this word, anew. Anew. When you do something anew, you do something again, you do something once more, you do something another time. So to do something anew means to do something again. The word anew. An example, after the failed attempt, they began the project anew. After the failed attempt, they began the project anew. After the failed attempt, they began the project anew, which means after the failed attempt, they began the project again. They started or began the project once more. They started or began the project another time. So instead of repeating again, we can use anew. They started or began the project anew. The next alternative way of saying that you do something again without using the word again is by using the adverb repeatedly. 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 When you do something repeatedly, you do something again, you do something anew, you do something once more, you do something another time. An example, you're asking this question repeatedly. You're asking this question repeatedly, which means you're asking this question once more. You're asking this question another time. You're asking this question anew. You're asking this question repeatedly. So take advantage of the word repeatedly instead of repeating again. Isn't it great, guys, to enhance and improve your knowledge of English vocabulary, to be able to talk about a wider range of topics and also to use a wide variety of words to express the same idea without repeating the same word or without the unnecessary and boring repetition of words as a result of lack of knowledge of English vocabulary? Anyway, let's move on to the next alternative way of saying that you do something again without using the word again, which is by using the word over. When you do something over and over, you do something again and again. So to do something over and over means to do something again and again. An example, he watched his favorite movie over and over. He watched his favorite movie over and over. He watched his favorite movie over and over, which means he watched his favorite movie again and all over again. He watched his favorite movie anew. He watched his favorite movie another time. He watched his favorite movie once more. Or he watched his favorite movie over and over. Now you may ask what the next alternative to The word again is, well, the response to this question is the following answer. The word afresh, afresh, afresh. We can use the word afresh as an alternative way of saying that you do something again. So when you do something afresh, you do something again, you do something once more, you do something anew, you do something another time, you do something repeatedly. You do something over and over. So to do something afresh. An example. After a long break, she started working afresh. After a long break, she started working afresh. After a long break, she started working afresh. After a long break, she started working afresh, which means after a long break, she started working again. She started working anew. She started working over and over. She started working repeatedly. She started working once more or another time. So she started working afresh. And finally, we get to the last alternative way of saying that you do something again in English without using the word again repeatedly, over and over again, which is by using this phrase, time after time. To do something time after time. To do something time after time. An example. She proved her loyalty to the team time after time by doing her best. She proved her loyalty to the team time after time by doing her best. She proved her loyalty to the team time after time by doing her best. She proved her loyalty to the team time after time by doing her best, which means she proved her loyalty to the team once more, over and over, again, repeatedly, afresh, anew, by doing her best. So these are all the alternative ways of saying that you do something again without repeating this word. Do you agree if you review all these phrases once again together? Of course you do. So let's review them together. Once more, another time, anew, repeatedly, over, afresh, time after time. Now what I kindly want you to do is like this video in support of this channel and its growth. Don't forget that I help you with your English. You please help me with the growth of this channel too. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And leave a comment down below to tell me from which country you're watching this video. I'll be back soon.